Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JLeesCorner. This is my quick review for Love and Marriage, for Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 13 reunion part 2. Okay, for those of y'all watching live, thank you very much. For those of y'all who are watching the replay, thank you very much. Okay, because everybody can't come to the live, but you can always watch the replay. Okay, and because so many shows come on today. We got Housewives, got Married to Medicine, got 2 episodes of Pose, we got Jocelyn's Cabaret. See what I'm saying? It's so much to be done. I wanted to come to y'all with this live first. I may come live again at like 11 p.m. with a Married to Medicine, just to get those over with, to have the other stuff done tomorrow. I'm not sure, but there will probably be at least one more live today for something else at around 11 p.m. So do not forget to hit the notification bell, and also just look at my channel all the time. If you up at around 11 o'clock, come back and look, see what I'm doing and stuff. Okay, but first things first, if you have not done so already, take a moment to subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird, dun 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 dun, and all that goodness and stuff. Do not forget to also like this video, hit the like button, because you're here for a reason. Okay, hit the like button is always appreciated. Do not forget to relax, to relate, to release, to center yourself and everyone around you, to also inhale and exhale. Okay, to make sure to center yourself with the inhale and the exhale of it all. Okay, because inhaling and exhaling helps you not get upset. Okay, also follow me on social media at J_Lees_Corner on Twitter and IG, because that is where I am, honey, most of the time. I forgot my shirt was done all the way on. But yeah, so I hope everybody had a great weekend. We're going to have a great week. But let's get into the foolishness that was the Housewives of Atlanta season 13 reunion part 2. And I feel like this may be a 4-part reunion, mainly because they didn't say next week on the final. I'm like, if this is the 4-part reunion, I'm going to punch somebody in the throat. We don't need 4 pieces. We don't need a 4-piece reunion to discuss BoloGate. Okay, but I'm going to leave that be. So, I want to say we got the newbies here. Boom, where they at. Drew, not Drew, Toya, Marlo, and Shamia came out this time. I don't, it's pieces of each of their looks I do not like. But I'm gonna leave that be. But I think it was funny when Marlo and Shamia came out a little bit, and Andy asked Shamia, well, who is the most auntiest of the people here? Who's the most of an auntie? And she then said, oh, it's Marlo. No, it ain't me. So Marlo got up and kind of, show off her outfit. And honey, Shamia said, that is fresh out of lipo, a fresh out of lipo outfit or something like that. I was like, not fresh out of lipo, girl. Y'all messy. Anyway, Marlo hair looked great and Marlo looks great. But when Marlo didn't see, I did have lipo after the Carolina trip, not before. And she said, and you can't tell, and no one saying anything. Do it look like she had lipo? I don't know, because I don't pay no attention. But again, it was messy nonetheless. Okay, girl, I was like, Andy ain't shit. I will say LaToya, her face here looks gorgeous. I just don't like her. Okay, I don't like LaToya. It's her aura. Okay, it's her attitude. I don't like her. Maybe if she come back next season and she's fixed herself to be more, I guess nice or whatever, it may not be that bad. But she got some of my nerves a whole bunch this episode. But let's move on past that. But again, all the ladies are here. Okay, they're all on the stage at one point or the other. I don't feel like switching about pictures. Okay, so we see Drew and LaToya not getting along. We know they have not got along at all this season, except for bits and spurts here and there where no one was shading the other one. And they asked LaToya, what is your true issue with Drew? Why did you keep coming for her? Why did you not like Drew from the get-go? What happened? And the fact that her response was, I did not like her wig. And so because I did like her wig, I kept, you know what I'm saying, going on about that, but that's it. But I was like, that's stupid. It was like, that's dumb, 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 dumb. And Drew pointed like, I did not even know that she had an issue with me because again, in scenes or on the, or in life or whatever, we was talking here and there, chit and chatting and whatnot, you know what I'm saying, having conversations because we have things in common where we both were married, we both had marital issues, we both have, 3 kids. So we were connecting on that level. So I did not know that she was, shading me behind the scenes and all of that. And I was like, yeah, I do agree this way did not like her because of Kenya. That is very, very true. And we knew that because hers, I didn't like her wig. It was her. I'm like, who cares? No one cares. It's like, what are you talking about? It's like, that's dumb. But again, I like Drew saying she didn't say the shit to me. I didn't see stuff at first because again, she was not saying it to me. And I'm like, that's what happens. And Cynthia then jumped in and brings up how it was dumb and petty and stupid for LaToya to keep going at her because they have all worn a bad wig. They have all had a bad hair day. Like, you can't make it seem as if, that's a big issue on this show because it happens often. Like, we've seen each lady on this cast, Kenya included, in a bad wig, in a bad weave, in a bad hairstyle, just something that did not look, all the way great. And I was like, "Oh, hey, Damson," and we ladies chat. Let me mind my business on here. But again, so I agree with her with saying that was a dumb thing to keep going at Drew about because it's not that big of a deal or whatever. Okay. Now Kid then brings up, well, Drew was the one who took it too far and went on social media and Drew posted this. She reposted this, okay, because she said someone sent this to me, said it's Kenya's hair though. Now that is Kenya's hair. Okay, that's Sean King's hair when she had a piece, an added hair piece in. And again, no one is negating the fact that Kenya has long, luxurious, healthy hair, blah. She always have. That is not in question. However, Kenya has been known to add pieces to her hair to make her hair look fuller or for certain styles, and that was her hair. She posted that because Kenya, in the scenes, was talking shit about Drew's hair and Drew's wig. So you can't do that and expect someone to not bring up your shit, what you do, okay? And that was the point of Drew posting this. But Kenya then said that Drew posted it and was tagging her her hair care line or whatever and trying to demean me and I'm like, no, the fuck she wasn't. She posted the photo as we see. She did not tag your business or whatever. And someone sent it to her. Okay, so do not be on the show, Kenya, talking about someone else's hair. Okay, someone else's edges, someone else's wigs, when there are photos of you on the show on your bad wig day, on your bad hair day. Okay, so that's just what it is, right? And how is that too far? It isn't. That ain't far enough. If you ask me, too far would be showing Kenya bald-headed edges on one day where her edges fall out. But we don't have that. But again, it was stupidness of Kenya trying to make it seem as if, well, Drew's just as bad. I'm like, first of all, Kenya, wasn't nobody talking to you. So if they're talking about Drew and Toya talking about Drew's hair, why bring up the one time Drew retaliated on you and brought up your bad wig too? Again, go away. Okay, Kenya, go away. So we then see they get on Kenya faking like she has a that's that was my note. I said they get on Kenya faking like she has a crush on Toya for a storyline. I do not for one moment of the day, okay, not at all, feel as if not Drew, Kenya and LaToya had any kind of flirtation, any kind of crush, any kind of sexual connection, nothing like that. Kenya needed a storyline to deflect from her failing marriage. So, of course, Kenya, who was having a failing marriage, and she has a crush on the new girl, oh, that's juicy. That's what that was. Okay, that's all that was. Okay, it wasn't about anything else except Kenya needing to deflect from her failed marriage and not want anyone to bring up her failed marriage. So let me flirt with the new girl who's going through a divorce, and it was some BS, some BS, some BS. Okay, and I feel like when she then, so, I'm not into women at all, but I just had something for Toy. I'm like, no, you had a storyline for her. That was because what did either of y'all have besides the messiness of Drew's wig in the beginning? Drew's wig, and you, I like her. I was like, I didn't care at all. So they asked Kenya about why she was upset with Toya, during towards the end of the season and whatnot, and kind of probably still about her right now. Um, and she's like, I have the reasons or whatever. Toya knows what she did, but I don't have time to talk about. I'm like, this is the reunion. This is the time to talk about whatever they're asking you. Okay, do not make it seem as if, honey, yes, Kenya needs some vitamin D. Kenya didn't want Toya. I would have believed it more if it was Toya or Porsha. Yes, that's true. Because we've seen them kissing. And Kenya tried to do that because she's stupid and she's petty. Anyway, so when they get on, her bringing up how I don't want to explain the reasons I was mad at Toya, I'm like, no, please do. So Andy then asked her about her saying when she was upset with Toya based on Toya making out with Porsha. Now we heard her say that. We heard her say, "You out here kissing them out." Kenya said it on camera that she was upset that she would connect with, make out with, do things with Porsha, knowing the beef between Porsha and Kenya. She then said she up her backpedaling, pussy popping, and acting like I didn't say that. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I didn't say that. My point was, in the Carolinas or whatever, the girls were ganging up on me, attacking me, coming at me, and she did not speak up for me. And what the one time I felt like Toya held her own is when she then said her rebuttal was, I'm sorry that you felt that way. Okay, I'm sorry for not speaking up for you. However, in that moment, I felt like that was your battle. Meaning, I can't fight your battles, bitch. That's on you, not on me. Leave me alone. That's not what I'm going to do. And I love the fact that she did not then say, I'm so sorry. I should have. It was like, no, I get how you feel. My bad. But again, that was your battle, and that was it. I got time for it or whatever. So let's move on from that. They do get on LaToya. LaToya then brings up how Drew cheated on Rob because they kissed. And I was like, wait, what happened with that? So they're saying during the trip in South Carolina that Drew and LaToya kissed at some point. Now, I think we've seen moments of Drew and LaToya getting along, so I don't think it's that far-fetched. I don't think it's a thing to say that she cheated on her husband because she kissed you. At a bachelorette party where everyone's drunk, where Porsha banged the stripper, where everybody was kissing, Drew kissing Toya was not cheating on Rob. And I feel like Drew lying and said, that didn't happen. You're lying, Drew. You're lying. I feel like you did kiss her, even if you saying it's a lie. Well, no, it's a lie. Because you didn't, her point was show footage of me kissing her. Meaning if you didn't see it did not happen. I'm going to deny. But I feel like she's lying. Okay? Fully lying. Yeah, I agree, Diva. Kenya always saying someone is attacking her. And someone's attacking me. Stop it. You attack people. Okay? You attack people. Kenya was mad at LaToya because she made out with Porsha. I honestly think that LaToya wants to be around Porsha because she's more fun than Kenya, but that their alliance is a mess. I do think that if Toya comes back next season, her and Porsha and Drew will be in the alliance. Mainly because I do feel like Toya did not want to be attacked at the hip to Kenya. And she see that by her doing that, she kind of has put herself in the middle to not get along with half of the girls. Because if you friends with Kenya, you have to be like her puppy. You know what I'm saying? But with Porsha don't mind people being cool with Kenya, in my opinion. I think her issue becomes when they try to take information back to Kenya about her. Okay? But I do feel like Porsha and Toya could get along because they're both younger. They both have, kids or whatever. Not that Kenya's old, she's just older. But again, Toya in her late 20s, hanging out with Kenya, who's in her 50s, to me doesn't make sense based on how Kenya likes to monopolize her friends. Toya wants to have fun. Kenya isn't fun. When Kenya's being Kenya, she isn't fun at all. So I do feel like next season it could possibly be a more of a connection with, them on the side. But, Yeah, Drew saying she didn't kiss Toya, find the footage to prove I kissed you was bullshit. But again, I agree. If you don't have the proof that I did it, I'm going to deny because there ain't nobody's business. If no, because no one has said that at all the whole season. So I think she was shocked that she said it. Now, I think Porsha knew what happened, and so did Candy. But again, at first they didn't say anything, but then Candy old snitching ass, it happened. We saw it. And I'm like, well, I guess it happened. But again, Drew was lying. She kissed her, but whatever. To me, it wasn't a big issue the way that Toya made it seem like, let me say we kissed and she cheated on that man or whatever. I think her point in denying it was because I did not cheat on my husband. Leave me be. Don't say nothing. Leave me alone. So yeah. Now they get on Latoya and ask her, why did you mention Kenya's alimony business at Shamia's party at her house to Porsha, to Drew, and to Marlo was there too. Oh, thank you, Keisha. Is it Keisha? Thank you, girl. Super chats. Thank you very much. But when they ask her that, she brings up how I thought it was not an issue because again, they are all friends. It's supposed to be a sisterhood. They sometimes fuss and they fight, but they get along. So don't, big deal. So I didn't think it was a big deal. While I support Toya and her explanation because in the scene when she brought it up, she wasn't bringing it up as like being gossipy. She was literally saying it like, y'all keep talking about how bad Kenya is. She's going through things. This is what she's going through. It wasn't like she was gossiping, you know what I'm saying, at all. So I get her saying that was the reason that she didn't think it was a big issue. Kenya, don't be stupid, Toya. You knew that I told you about the issues I had with them and how bad they treat me. And my thing is, if they treat you that bad, then go away. Okay? Go away. Roses and hearts, thank you. But again, if they treat you that bad, then go away. Do not talk to any of them. Kenya likes to make it seem as if she's a villain who no one respects, no one is nice to. No, bitch, you put yourself in situations where people don't like you because of things you do. And they all have had that happen one way or the other. But I don't like how she's making it seem as if Toya knew those were her sworn enemies and to never say shit. And again, she wasn't gossiping with them. She was trying to defend Kenya's actions, and that's just not what happened, okay? But I'm going to leave that be. And I love how she then said, you know what I'm saying? Well, first of all, Candy did the same thing, and she told Don Juan about it, okay? She told me in front of Don Juan, so I thought as if it wasn't a big issue. And then Candy gonna say, well, it wasn't smart for me to do, and it was also not smart for you to do. But I feel like Kenya is full of crap because you coming at Toya, but not at Candy. Because Candy did the exact same thing. She may not have told Porsha and Drew, but she still told someone your business. And that was a more gossiping thing. Candy gossiped the information more than Toya did. Let's be truthful about that. Anyway, so right. Candy low key dry snitch on everyone that got Kenya beating about PTSD. I kind of agree. Candy will say stuff in a way that won't confirm it, but it won't deny it, which is just like confirming it. If you won't say, no, I don't think Porsha is being fake about her BLM stuff. No, she's not. No, she's doing that for real. If you can't say that, if you say, well, it doesn't matter why you're doing it, that's you being shady and trying to support what Kenya said about how Porsha be full of shit or whatever. So again, you trying to make it seem as if, well, I said it, I was wrong too. Yes, you were wrong first. She followed your lead. So again, Candy do say stuff and then act as if, I don't know. I didn't mean to do. Candy this season to me she is the bone collector. Someone just said that. She is the bone collector this season. And she's doing it in a way that, in my opinion, isn't as neutral as she likes to come off. Because she'll throw a rock, hide her hands, and then say, I'm not going to talk about that because it wasn't on camera. I'm not a girl about it. But again, and I'm a fan of everyone say Shamia is Porsche lapdog, then Kenya, then Kenya is Candy's. That is very, very true. That is true. And I don't see Shamia as a lapdog. Shamia just happens to be a loyal friend. And people have to realize you can be loyal to someone even if the people around you don't feel that person is loyal enough to you. I don't see her as a lapdog at all. I think Shamia holds her own in any situation. And I like how she brought up on camera. She did an interview somewhere where they asked her about her not having a peach. And she brought up how I was offered a peach many times, but my husband does not want to be on camera. And I have to respect my husband. So you can't be a peach holder if your husband doesn't want. Well, how the fuck is Kenya a peach holder? How did that happen? I think because Mark shows up here and there a little on the show. So maybe that's why. But again, Shamia brought up how, her husband does not want to be on the show. And to be a full-time peach holder, you have to show your life. And she knows she can't do that. So for her, she brought up how easy it was. Not easy, but how, she's okay with the amount of time she spends on the show as a friend of. And I was like, we get just enough of Shamia to either like or dislike her that I can appreciate why she stayed in the friend of role. We know more about Shamia, in my opinion, than Marlo. And Marlo has been on the show for longer. Okay, so that's weird. That's true. Kenya came on single, so maybe that's why. But she's not married, and she should show some stuff about her husband. But I think that's what she did. The season they got married, the time they got married, she was not on the show. When she came back, he had a little guest appearances on the show. And this season, her reason for not being on the show because they wanted a divorce. I do feel like her and Mark whole thing is fake. Okay, fake. If I'm leave that be. Wait, they only called Shamia that because the public has not forgiven how Porsha treated her for Phaedra. Real friends fall out and find their way back to each other. I agree, CC Freak. I completely agree. I'm late, but lapdog belongs to their owner, so Shamia's lapdog. She's not a lapdog in my opinion. It's fine. We all can have our own things. But yeah, let's move on from that. Then they bring out Shamia and Marlo or whatever, and that's when they have the whole auntie thing and whatnot. And she said it's a fresh out of life poet. That's what it was. But fine. Anyway, so they get to bad host Kenya. Bad host Kenya, in South Carolina, did not have food for them. Only put herself on a private plane, but that's not a good host at all. I'm gonna leave that be. And she brings up how, as far as the food situation, that one time she ordered herself some food. She said she was not concerned about anybody else eating. She was concerned about. She said I was hungry, and so I went and got me some food. I did not care about them being hungry. I did not feel like going to ask all of them what they want to eat. You the host, bitch. I can't stand anyone who feels as if on a group trip that you're the host of, you won't even ask the people who's there with you if they're hungry. I don't get it. And even when Andy brought up the whole private jet thing and whatnot, and said, because I had, the money to do this. Well, why didn't you do that and put everyone on a private jet? Well, I don't have your money, Andy. I have my own money, which must not be like I got a little private jet. You know what I'm saying? That was really it. So then don't floss. You could not afford a big private jet. You could not afford food for your friends. Just say you broke. Just say you broke. Just say that. I don't have enough money for that. Okay? Can't do that. Can't afford that. I don't want to pay for their food at all. Okay? I can't pay for 5 other women. Heavy. I cannot afford all their food. Okay? I cannot do that. Leave it be. She also brings up, as far as her bringing Brooklyn on the trip, that for her, because Andy said, why wouldn't, not Andy, he asked a question from a viewer that said, what happened? Shamia is still around because when Porsha left her for Phaedra, she went over to Candy until Porsha came back to her. Yeah. But no. But again, back to Kenya, talking about bringing Brooklyn. Andy asked a fan question about why did she not leave Brooklyn in Atlanta with a nanny. And I agree with her thing, saying that, she's not going to leave her daughter with a new nanny in Atlanta when she's in a different state. I completely agree with that. I don't have an issue with the fact that Kenya brought her daughter with her on the trip. My issue came up and matches what Candy said and what Porsha said. because not Candy, get these names together. Kenya then said towards Candy, you organized to get Bolo here. If you wanted to, you could have also organized to get your child here. And I was like, bitch, no, she did not. And my thing is that the thing, Kenya will come for her friends, but they will not not retaliate, but they will not respond in the same manner. They trying to protect her, and she gives no fucks about them. Truth be told, that's on her. But Candy brought up how, and my thing was, she avoided saying that she was, what did I put? Oh, she avoided saying that my tongue. She avoided saying that she should have sent them information that they would have the option to bring their kid. Okay. And she said, I ain't gonna do that. I don't care, whatever. And Candy brings up how, they have always they said this 1,000 times since the episode aired, how they have been told previously from production to not bring their kids on cash trips. Okay. That has always been the standard rule. But she also felt like Kenya would then bring Brooklyn anyway, just to not have to work for the rest of the evening. And I was like, that's a good point. Now, Porsha also brought up how, again, had they been given the option per Kenya to bring their kids per Kenya, they would have asked production about that, because, again, they have always been told to not do that. She said, however, I felt like Kenya would bring her kid anyway, just to be like difficult with whoever. So I agree with them both that she would bring Brooklyn just to spite the rules, because I'm Kenya Moore, and she would also do it because, again, because she felt like she did not have to work the full day. Like, even right now, I wonder, did she take Brooklyn with her on the Housewives special? Were they in Turks and Caicos for a week? Is Brooklyn with her now? If Brooklyn not with her in Turks and Caicos, who the fuck got Brooklyn? Where's she at? What's going on? What is going on? Okay, it's just it's bush all the way around. I'm gonna leave that be. Why does Kenya constantly have new nannies? And second, if a woman who works a 9 to 5 have a child care, boom. If a woman who works 9 to 5 have child care, so can she. That's the weird part. Kenya has all this money, all this access to the best of the best. You should not ever have new nannies, because it seems as if she never has the same nanny ever. And I don't get it, because you working, right, Kenya? But I'm gonna leave that be. I'm stopped right there. But anyway, so that was a whole thing, and I'm like, fine. At the end of the day, Kenya was a horrible host. At the end of the day, she did get a private plane with it's her and her baby. She did things to separate herself from the other ladies, and like Kenny brought up, she did it so that she would not have to work as late as they did. I got Brooklyn. Man, look, fuck them kids. But again, who knows? Andy then asked Drew about telling the ladies about Kenya's private jet. And I like Drew's response. Those are friends. Why would you ask me to have a secret from your friends? I don't get it. So I held you accountable for your actions. Okay, you should not have been telling me to hold that. Kenya then go, girl, Kenya consistently puts her foot in her mouth, okay? And look, when I say fuck them kids, y'all do know I don't mean like for real fuck them kids, but y'all know it's a free speech. Anyway, so yeah, but Kenya then says how, when me and Drew were fine, me and Drew would talk off camera, or just not off camera, we would talk a lot about stuff, about this, about that, or whatever. I would compliment Drew about her party and this and that, or whatever. She then said Drew was having body issues, and so I told her she should just wear Spanx, which pissed Drew off. And I'm saying this, I 100% wholeheartedly support Drew and what she said. She's like, you have said things about my weight and my body a few times now. In a sense, let me explain something. I have a form of endometriosis, and it causes pain and bloating in my stomach. And I've had to talk to Dr. Jackie. I actually have to have a hysterectomy. And when she said that, I felt like, again, Kenya be on bullshit trying to shade people because of their body. Because she didn't say that for any other reason besides Drew at times had the thicker midsection than other women, okay, on the cast. And she said it a couple of times. And I said before, no one should shade a person who looks as if they are a little bit bigger than usual. There's a difference between trying to shade Kenya's ass that looks fake and it looks like she had work done and was bad work, versus telling someone who isn't a size 2, if you have body issues, you should just wear Spanx to look smaller. And I'm sure Drew's issue never was, I want to look smaller. Her issue was, I look bigger for these reasons. So it's not a body issue, it's a medical issue more than anything else. And for Kenya to try to make it seem as if, well, no, it's a body issue. It's not. It's not at all. And again, people have said, well, y'all talk about Kenya's ass, we say that it's fake. Not that when Kenya gained weight, I didn't say that a damn thing, because I do not talk about how people look as far as their weights and things that are body issues. I would never say when Kenya came on the season, oh, she looked thick, she can't sweat. That ain't what I do. Y'all have seen me go off about other things. That ain't it. Kenya's ass, on the other hand, is it looks, we can tell Kenya had work done on her ass, and it was bad work. So commenting on the bad work, commenting on your ass looks like it's semen in there. It's not body shame. You should not have had work on your ass because your ass was down before. However, saying on camera, Drew had body issues, you should wear Spanx, is body shaming. And I'm happy that Drew pointed out, you should be careful what you say, because you don't know what women are going through, and you're talking about how their body looks. My body is bloated because I have a disorder and have to have a hysterectomy, bitch. And I also don't like how Kenya did not stop and pause and hear what Drew said and realize, damn, I took maybe one step too far on my shoulders. Let me at least say, you know what, I'm sorry to hear that, and then move on. Kenya refused to shut up. She kept talking, and I feel like that's, in my opinion, a form of, I don't care what you're going through as a woman. I don't care. Let me just keep talking, because I don't want to let people hear that I'm a bitch. But you are. Because again, we cannot ignore body shaming from Kenya simply because her ass is fake. You talk about it. We need to stop telling people to wear Spanx if their body don't look like a size 2. Everyone ain't gonna be skinny like Jada Pinkett Smith or like Kenya or like whoever else on this cast. Stop doing that shit, especially because Kenya, during COVID, you needed Spanx too. Leave it up there. Anyway, so we're gonna move past that. Boom, pow, pow. So we do see that no, Drew did not tell her, look, Keith, calm down. Okay. She did not tell her history for sympathy. Okay. You may not get this as a man because you're a man. Women have to explain to other women who are bitches and don't get it that you should not come for how I look. That's not sympathy. That's just honest to God truth. If someone says to you, you know what, you look big, but you pregnant, that's not me saying, oh, we have to acknowledge what Kenya did. You were talking shit, not knowing what the issue was. Kenya brought it up, not Drew. Drew did not say that to get sympathy. She responded to Kenya's critique of her body. I want to make it clear. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Wrong road. Wrong road. Anyway, let's move on past that. Okay, because we're not gonna do that, and I don't want to cuss anybody out for not being understanding of a reason a woman would explain why she looks bloated, why she has concerns about how she looks based on her medical history. And when someone brings up how you look, you tell them why. That's not using your medical things for sympathy. That's being just honest about what's going on. And more women are trying to be honest about that so that other women who don't know that it's okay to speak up, that it's okay to speak up. Okay? Let's move on. So they get on Kenya calling, they asked Kenya about, Drew calling her broke and wanting to split a check. But how she said that someone should pay for her hair and makeup the time when she was uninvited to Porsha's event by Lauren. And that was just me being shady. And there was a little bit of go between Drew and Kenya, where Drew then said something like, I'm, rich bitches split checks. No, broke bitches split checks, rich bitches buy $500,000 houses. It was something. But I was like, I just need y'all both to stop. For Kenya to then say, well, you rich, but you here for a job. I'm like, Kenya, y'all both on the show. So if you saying that she should not be here because she rich, so you're saying that everybody else is poor because Candy rich. Okay, she got money, and she on the show. So I don't agree. I don't understand how Kenya like to make it seem as if if someone's on the show because they need a job, bitch. So do you. Okay, so do you. Now Drew saying how her movies that gross had she said my movies that gross 400 million. I'm like, what movies? Well, the TLC movie was a lot. She's no. Drew has been in a lot of stuff, and Kenya has been in a lot of stuff as cameos. They both have, neither of them are like A-list actresses at all. Drew's come up is the one she's been in. She's like the star of, whereas Kenya was the star of like Twi, and that was it. Was the trial panel was by I don't remember, but again, Kenya, y'all both on the show. Okay, you on the show with Candy, who's rich. So please do not act as if someone on the show needs the money, because Candy don't, and you do, and Drew does too. We know Cynthia do. Okay, I believe so. LaToya. So it's like don't shade someone who works where you work. Okay, that's like if you go to McDonald's, you don't see the person who like flipping fries, fussing with the person who like push the nugget button. Y'all both work at McDonald's. Does it matter? Anyway, I'm moving on from that. They get on Cynthia's wedding. Do we care? I don't think we care. The wedding happened. She said no one got sick. Her and Mike are fine. One of my daughters did not attend for whatever reason. She don't know why, but again, she's not. And that was really it. You know what I'm saying? The whole wedding thing, because it happened a while ago, I'm like, I don't care, because again, we saw it happen in real time. So I'm like, I ain't trying to, rehash it again. Let's move on. She's married. She's now Mrs. Cynthia Hill. I think it's Bailey Hill. She's a wife. Boom, pal. So they then get on Candy and Porsha's rocky, friendship and road to friendship and all that stuff, whatever. So we do see footage of, the whole, you said what? Oh my God, the lies. The whole, Porsha, Phaedra came, we see that part. We then see a year later, Porsha, when she was pregnant with Pilar, say how she wanted to be able to move forward with Candy. We then see this over the past 3 years, Candy and Porsha getting better and better with their friendship. Okay, a little bit here, a little bit. We see good times had between them, which to me shows they get along. You know what I'm saying? They were friends before the whole stupid Porsha and Phaedra. They was really good friends before that. So we kind of see that play out over the past 3 years. And so it was good. We even see how that played out this season, how they had fun this season, and how they would see each other and be happy to see each other. Okay, a good thing we say about all. However, both ladies, in my opinion, are okay with each other, and it do seem like with Porsha and Candy that it's never them two that have the issue. It's always something that happens with one of them and somebody else gets involved. This time it was Kenya and Marlo, truthfully, that caused a lot of bullshit between them. So again, they both said how they had a good season. It was fine. And then here come Marlo. After everyone's like, yeah, they're good friends now. It's good to see them get along, blah, 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 blah. Here come Marlo, messy ass. I feel like they got closer after the dungeon party, and I wonder why. You know what I'm saying? Because they did not talk much before that. You know what I'm saying? So it seemed like they have some shared secret or whatever, and that's why I got kicked to the curb, after BoloGate or whatever. Let me say this. Did Porsha and Marlo's bond change after BoloGate? Yes, it did. Was it instant? No. It got worse and worse and worse, in my opinion, as Marlo kept digging into wanting Porsha to admit on camera that she banged Bolo. And Marlo, yes, she got on every nerve I had, every single nerve I had, because she keeps pushing the narrative that Um, because Porsha won't say it, because Porsha keeps denying her own personal business, that it's an issue. Porsha felt like Marlo was on some Kenya bullshit and kept distancing herself until boom, we ain't cool no more. I feel like that's Marlo's fault. It's Marlo's fault that after BoloGate and they came back to Atlanta, Marlo kept over and over and over, bringing up this and that and this and that and this and that and this and that back to Bolo. That's why Porsha said, I can't fuck with you. Because if you were really my friend, you see me ignoring that shit, you would leave it alone. But you and Marlo you and Kenya are the only two who keep bringing it up, and that's that bullshit. Okay, that's bull of the shit. Yep, keep someone kind of reminds Candy of her and Portia's beef. Yes, and that makes Candy. And Candy said when they bring it back up, it does make her get upset all over again. And she has that right, and that's why I really wish people would stop making Candy mad about it. Because truthfully, I do think Candy has forgiven Porsha, but when people bring it up, she gets mad again. And so she then has to get over it again. And it's dumb. It's completely dumb. Anyway, so I'm like, girl. So Marlo issue is after BoloGate, Porsha would be different to me. That's my issue, whatever. Candy brings up how, she do recognize that Porsha and Marlo did change their bond after BoloGate up there, whatever. But again, I felt like we all saw that. My point is the reason for the change was Marlo's fault. Yes, Marlo was reaching. Just keep reaching. Okay, reaching so much. Oh, she on Walk Up Live? I'll watch it later on. I gotta set my DVR to watch it, but we'll see. Why would you want your friend to put their freak life on blast on that? Thank you. And this is the thing. People felt like, oh, well, Porsha was in the house on the show, whatever. It should not be private. It does not have to be private. But if you ask me and I'm like, I ain't going to talk about it, just leave it alone. Okay? Why keep bringing it up? The fact that Marlo kept with it is the reason it kept being bad. Okay? It was the reason it kept going worse and worse and worse and worse because of that. And I'm like, girl, it's some BS. Now, first of all, like the video. I need some water. My mouth was dry. I had to get some water. Okay. Anyway, so again, Candy brings up again how the friendship did change and whatever. Kenya then says how Candy is in the process of forgetting and forgiving Porsha, and that's why things be weird with them. I'm my girl, bye. Candy brings up how, this year the friendship was heading in the right direction and everything, but again, things kind of changed. Even when at Cynthia's little pop-up event of vendors, she's like, I noticed how Porsha, was trying to support Don Juan, and I felt like, okay, like we really on the right team, not the right team, we really going the right way with her even trying to support, my people too. And Porsche, like when me and Candy shook hands a couple years ago to move forward, I wholeheartedly moved forward, and that was that. And I felt like, she really did. So they then get on BoloGate. Finally on BoloGate, okay? And Candy brings up how, one, because we see the footage, we know that boom, pow, pow, dicks and stuff and swinging and kissing and loving, all that stuff, all that happened. So Candy brings up how because of the dungeon, because of BoloGate or whatever, they asked what she's going to do bachelorette party. She's like, no, I'm going to do virtual dungeon parties so that way it's like safe, but people can still experience the whole thing. I'm like, that's smart. The same way we have, versus where we can experience the concert and see the entertainment of it all, that will really work for a virtual bachelorette dungeon type party or whatever. I'm like, Candy makes money, okay? Think about it. Anyway, Porsha brings up that her and Kenya alter ego Chocolate get along just fine. Me and Chocolate is good or whatever. We have fun or whatever. Even though Kenya act as if, I'm saying, she's like, girl, please. Me and Chocolate have fun. They all say Kenya as chocolate is a fun person. Kenya is the one that's the bitch or whatever. Now, Porsha also brings up that someone told me that, you know what I'm saying, Toya had her face in my place and whatnot, but I had panties on. They was like, girl, you had on floss. Okay? It was floss down there. We don't know. But again, they're all talking. It was fun. It was a great time. Y'all have everyone's like no. It was a good time being had by all. Here come Marlo. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because I was a true friend of Porsha, and she not talking to me, so and I'm gonna talk to you. I'm like, Marlo, you doing too much. You are really doing too. I think Marlo has never been on the stage this long, and so she wants to kind of give her. She's shooting her shot to get a peach. She won't get one, but it's fine. She'll be a friend of the show next season. Anyway, what if they don't bring Marlo back as a friend of? Wow. That could happen. Anyway, she brings up how she's upset that Porsha stopped being her friend. She said that Porsha stopped being her friend after they came back from BoloGate. And Porsha, like, that's not true because we saw 2 weeks later, we met up at the little pumpkin patch or whatever, and we were fine. Like, I hadn't talked to her, but it wasn't as if we had an issue. So she can't say that we stopped talking right after the trip or whatever. And Porsche, like, you know, she's like, Marlo know the issue. The issue was with her, and she know that, so she should just say what it is or whatever. And Marlo didn't say that Porsche has a new face. Porsche didn't say that Marlo tried to get a new body. Girl, not tried to. And Porsche brings up how, again, she knows she did it. She knows she did, but she know that the fallout did not happen at or in South Carolina or when we first got back. You know what I'm saying? Bullshit. So Marlo didn't say, well, I feel as if you kissing Candy's ass, and she was the one telling everybody what happened the following day. What she said was the person who asked you kissing as your friend is the same one telling everyone what happened the following day. We already knew. And we did hear audio of Candy saying that she knew what happened. Okay. And this is probably why there'll be another beef with Candy and Porsha. And that's kind of how it went off. Marlo was just too much the whole time, in my opinion. She was just doing too much. I feel as if they need to just fight it out with some boxing gloves for charity and let that be that. Because Marlo wants to get a peach. I agree. I completely agree. Everybody for Candy. I can't see these comments. Let me see. Everybody for Candy. Everybody love Candy, but to be honest, I don't see it for her. I like Candy. However, this season, to me, Candy was on some bullshit. She was on some complete bullshit. The same way I feel as if Marlo was on complete bullshit. I feel like Drew was also on a bit of bullshit here and there, but I feel like Drew. I feel like Toya, you know what I'm saying, was completely on Kenya's bullshit. Only Cynthia was sitting around chilling because she had Mike. And that was it. Let's see. Marlo wanted a bigger reaction from Porsha so bad. She did. I think Marlo wanted a bigger reaction from anyone to make the whole situation a bigger situation. And I love how no one really gave Marlo that attention because you can tell she was reaching for it because you bringing up you complaining about you and Porsha's friendship like you really don't know why she's mad. That's the part that to me was stupid. You acting like you don't know what's going on. But it's like, you know. You absolutely know. Marlo created the issue out of having a guilty conscience for being cool with Kenya. She assumed Porsha was going to have an issue and she didn't. Yeah, I don't think Porsha had an issue with them being friends, like you said. I think Porsha's issue came into play when it seemed like Marlo was siding with talking about Bolo and Porsha so much that Porsha was tired of talking about it. I ain't said shit. Leave me alone. Leave it be. Okay. Marlo was insulting Porsha intelligence with that question. She was. It was stupid. Who said give Bolo a peach? Girl, just said can they and give Bolo a peach? They might give Bolo a peach. If you think about it. I know Nini's laughing this whole season. I mean, she may be laughing, but we won't hear it because we're on the show. I don't like bringing up Nini because I feel as if people think she made the show, and I don't think she did. She was a great person for the season she was on, but I'm looking like she gone now. Let her breathe at home by herself. Marlo doesn't know she's mad because she wanted attention. But Marlo has always been because even when they showed the fact that Marlo was beefed out with Nene was it back in season 9? I think it was back in season 9, and she was befriending Kenya at that point in time. I feel as if Marlo was always looking for the next time to be fussing with someone to have a reason to be on the show. And I'm my girl, move on, okay? Please move on. We are over the beats between the girls. Can we see something new? Yeah, if I could pick a cast for next season, I would literally remove Kenya. I would remove Kenya solely because she don't share her life. And if you remove Kenya, make Cynthia our friend of the show, bring in 2 new housewives. Okay, bring in 2 new housewives, remove Kenya for 1 season, bring her back in season 15. But she should not be able to come back until she's either divorced Mark or Mark is on the show. I do not like how she does not share what's going on. That aggravates me to no ends. Keep Drew, keep LaToya. You can keep Marlo if you want to, okay? Cynthia's, no, she can't. Well, see, that's the thing too. Marlo attached her cart to Kenya's cart, okay? Because she has to be someone's friend of. Marlo isn't going to really be friend of with Candy, even though Candy brought up how she knew Marlo before the show or whatever. But I feel as if, you know what I'm saying, it just doesn't make any sense to make her Candy's friend of the show at all. Shamia will always be Porsha's friend of the show. LaToya can be Candy's friend of the show. Give LaToya a peach. Matter of fact, give LaToya a peach. Make Candy a friend of the show. Boom. Switch them around. But keep Porsha, keep Drew, keep LaToya, but take Kenya off. I think if you take Kenya off for 1 season, let's just see if all the rest of the ladies will get along. You know what I'm saying? We can then see if she is the person who calls drama on the show, whatever. Because at the end of the day, if Marlo was still there, it would still be drama between her and Porsha. Okay? I'm saying. Because I just, I'm tired of it. Remove Kenya, Marlo, and Cynthia, replace with fresh cast or completely recast the show and go in a different direction. I do want them to recast the show, but I do want them to leave Porsha. I would not mind for them to leave Porsha, Drew, and LaToya. And leaving Porsha will leave Shamia because they will be friends of. But in my opinion, Kenya, Cynthia, and Candy can either leave or be demoted to friend of. And because Marlo is not a peach holder, it doesn't matter if she's there or not. But I do want them to completely, revamp. But my thing is, I don't need them to revamp by bringing back Nene, by bringing back Sheree, or by bringing back Phaedra. That don't have to happen. Leave it be. Okay? Bring in either new, fresh meat, or that's it. I don't want the originals back. I think they played their role. You cannot refresh a show with old talent. You can't refresh your salad with old salad dressing. Okay? You don't do that. You don't take old meat and bring it in to refresh the hamburger. You don't do that, okay? If you're out here making spaghetti, you don't get the old taco meat from last month that's in the trash can and put it on here. You don't do that, okay? So, no, I don't think it makes any sense to want to refresh the show by bringing back the old cast. That's not refreshing it. That's rewinding it back to the old folk. Don't do that. They should have put Nene or Sheree or Phaedra or Nene, Sheree, Phaedra, or whoever else, even Eva, on the housewife all-star thing. That's what should have happened. But they ain't do that. That's on them. Maybe next season they'll think about that. But I'm gonna leave that be. And only because I think it's gonna be on Peacock, and Peacock is free of a Comcast. I may watch it, but I'm not. If it's on any app I gotta pay for, I'm not watching it. I'm not paying for not another app to watch them hoes be on a beach somewhere. Not today. Not with my damn money. No, ma'am. Anyway, that's all I have for this review. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I am about to watch either Johnson's Cabaret or Married to Medicine. I'm going to try to come back now, maybe around midnight. It's 10:30 now. I'm going to try to come back and do one more live just to get it done. We shall see. But again, you have to subscribe to my channel. Okay. Cut on that notification bell. Okay. And all of that. Because I'm always posting what I'm doing. Stuff, even follow me on IG too. But I hope y'all had a great night. I will talk to y'all later. Do not forget to like the video. Like the damn video now. I said, I'm playing. But again, like the video. Talk to y'all later. Good night. Love you all. Peace.